Hi everybody, Ben Ditmar here again today. Today is May 1st, 2012. After a lot of requests and stuff, I decided what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this motor as found. I just picked this motor up, and I'm going to do a series of videos on the tune-up and getting this old motor back up and running again. So we'll probably do a video on the motor itself, the general check over of a motor that's just been found, which this one's going to be, and then what it takes to get it back up and running again. This one here is a 5-horse Chrysler built Sea King. It's a lot like the 6 horses and the 9s and the 9.2s Chryslers. This is a Chrysler built motor. We'll go ahead and take the hood off here and show you what we found. We picked this motor up at up in northern Minnesota from one of the outboard parts companies that I do a lot of business with. The reason that I actually went after this motor is because they wrote down on the flywheel that it did a good leak down and weak spark. It shows water that was in the lower unit. It looks like they looked it over in March of 2010. You can see this motor here has a bit of a discolored cylinder head. That's usually a sign of an overheat, but since it has a good leak down and stuff like that, it's probably okay. You can see this motor is still fairly dirty overall because I have not cleaned it yet. So usually when I'm looking at buying a used motor, a couple things that I like to look for. First thing I do is I will turn the flywheel and make sure that it feels like it has good compression. And this one feels pretty good. What I'll do then is I'll put it in gear and turn it some more and make sure the propeller turns, so we know we got forward gear in it. And then what I'll do is I'll put it in reverse, and these motors usually need to be turning, so put it in reverse. Okay, the propeller turns, so we know that that one's good. Other things I look at, make sure that it's complete. The only thing that's ringing a bell right off hand is it does not look like the proper keeper here is on for the choke knob on the choke. Not a big deal. Seems like the throttle turns properly. Carburetor opens. Feels fairly smooth. We'll go ahead and check this recoil and see how that feels. That seems to be working just fine, so we'll let that be. Other things I like to do is check the spark on them, so I'll go ahead and check the spark on it, see how that looks. On a lot of these old Chryslers, one way to determine the year is if you look at the spark plug wires, they'll have printing on them. Like this one here says 1963. That seems pretty early since Chrysler actually bought out West Bend in 1965. It could be a leftover, it might be a 1965 motor. It is definitely an old one. Let's see if I could try to date it here real quick. This one's saying 63 too, so I'm guessing this motor is probably a 64. It might be a leftover West Bend. The ID tag on this motor is right up underneath here. I don't know if you can see that. So it is a 5-horse, and it is an early one. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pause this video here, or stop on this video, and then I will start another one when I go to take the flywheel off. So this will be the first video in a series of videos, so thank you for watching. Bye.